Impact Wrestling cannot continue having pay-per-views in the Impact Zone. Alexis Carrillo here, back with some more wrestling talk content on the Alexis Carrillo brand YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to get more wrestling talk content in the future. Impact Wrestling recently announced on their social media accounts that Redemption, their brand new tentpole event, would be taking place live on pay-per-view on April 22nd from Orlando, Florida. Now, this may come as a surprise to many, including myself, who had speculated the return of Lockdown as a pay-per-view event, which I also speculated/predicted. I have that video also in this YouTube channel. You can look it up right here on my YouTube channel. And also, there was some speculation that any April pay-per-view that Impact had in mind was going to take place in the city of Toronto in Canada, along with the tapings following every single pay-per-view that Impact has. Now, obviously, this has not happened. They did not announce the pay-per-view in Toronto. They have confirmed that Redemption will take place in Orlando, Florida, but not only that, they have also practically confirmed that the next set of tapings will also take place from Orlando, Florida, and they might take us all the way into Slammiversary, which would be 2 to 3 months worth of tapings. Now, as you may have heard at the beginning of this video, my main thoughts in terms of pay-per-views for Impact Wrestling is they cannot do it, and they should not do them in the Impact Zone. Okay? The Impact Zone was great. The Impact Zone serves its purpose for the television tapings of some sorts. You know, it's a venue where they can have, TV there. They can have Explosion for foreign markets. But a pay-per-view, to me, means that Impact Wrestling goes all out. Especially if they have 2, 3, 4 pay-per-views maximum in the year. They need to go all out with every single pay-per-view event. Okay? To me, if they have all the Impact tapings, the television tapings in Orlando, Florida, in Universal Studios, that's not a problem to me. But if a pay-per-view, whether that be Bound for Glory or Slammiversary, which are your most iconic, your biggest pay-per-view events, which should never take place inside the Impact Zone again, or that be a Redemption pay-per-view, you just can't have it in the Impact Zone, because more times than not, the crowd in the Impact Zone sucks the life out of the show. There is no excitement. The crowd is dead. Okay, that's reason number one. The crowd is most of the times dead. They do not react. It seems like most of the critics out there, which you can't call them critics. They're kind of trolls, but they're correct in the fact that the crowds in the Impact Zone for Impact tapings, for Impact pay-per-views, are dead. They don't make a noise, and that sucks the life out of the show. To me, that's pretty much correct most of the time. Very few times do they have crowds that really light up the show, that really complement the show, but most of the times they suck the life out of the show. That's reason number one. Reason number two, they should not have pay-per-views inside the Impact Zone, is because they're called pay-per-views for a reason. And many trolls like to point out that it's free admission into the Impact Zone. Okay, that you don't pay to attend the Impact Zone. You don't pay to attend the pay-per-views or the TV tapings. Now, that is not entirely correct, because you do have to pay to get in Universal Studios. So there's that, but we do not know exactly how much, if any, percentage of the cut that Universal Studios makes goes to the company of Impact Wrestling. Okay, And to me, that's just sending the message that, hey, everybody, nationally, everybody in the country, pay for this pay-per-view, okay? Pay for this big event that we're going to have in the Impact Zone, which we have leased for a very reasonable price because we just don't have the economics. And I get that they don't have the economics. They don't have the budget to go out as much. But like I said, if they put their budgets more into the going out for pay-per-views, I think they can make it work. Okay, but to me it just sends the message that if I'm a Impact Wrestling fan, which I am, and I am wanting to buy a pay-per-view, being that I cannot attend the venue, and then I see the crowd that is in there, and I have some knowledge, some basic knowledge of how you get into that venue, which by most terms is free, then that really puts me in a bad way with why would I pay for something that other people are getting for free. Okay, I'm not sure if Impact wants to send that message, but to me it does seem like that they do. Okay, so that's reason number 2. And reason number 3, okay, Impact Wrestling is heading into its 16-year anniversary. 16 years, okay? Think about that. 16 years. And they are still in their comfort zone. They are still in their safe net, which is the Impact Zone. Okay, now like I said, I am an Impact Wrestling fan. But as a fan, I do not want the product, I do not want the company, and I do not want the stars of Impact Wrestling, which are busting their ass every single time they go out to their ring, to be stagnant. I do not want them to stay where they are. I want them to get bigger. I want them to get successful. I want the company to be as big as they can be. And if they continue to stay in the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida, they're just playing it safe, okay? And wrestling, especially if you want to be successful in life, you got to take risks, okay? You got to take risks. Take risks and take your pay-per-views outside of the Impact Zone. Take them out, okay? Take them out to the crowd, and there's one very simple solution to this. Go to the big cities. Go to the big wrestling cities. Go to New York. Go to Philadelphia. Go to Los Angeles. Chicago has some of the best crowds in the wrestling in the U.S. today. Go to those cities, okay? There's some misconception that the company likes to go to cities that aren't as big because there aren't as many events or sporting events or big events in the city to attend. And that's why when you put a pay-per-view there, people attend it because it's the only thing there. But if you go to a bigger city, there's a wider audience. There's more events. Yes, there are more competition, but there's also more audience. Okay, there's more people being attracted to these kind of events. So go to the big cities. Do not go to this town in the middle of nowhere in God knows which state of the United States. Go to the big cities. I think that can help. But again, pay-per-views need to feel special. Pay-per-views need to be somewhere other than Orlando, Florida. I cannot stress that enough. But what do you think? Do you think Impact should stay in their safe zone, should stay in their comfort zone in Orlando, Florida? Or do you think they should take a chance? Do you think they should start trying to build the company little by little with their pay-per-view events? Really put on a great show with their pay-per-views, and fans will definitely, I should say, tune in into the wrestling show every single week. Hit this video with a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the Alexis Carrillo brand YouTube channel for more wrestling talk content. Follow me on social media on Facebook at Alexis Carrillo and Twitter at _Alexis Carrillo. That's it for me. Till next time.